Welcome back to Movie Curiosity Episode 8 Recap of House of the Dragon. Season 2 is almost here. If you thought Aemond, Vhagar, and the Greens would be up against Rhaenyra and her new dragon army, well, you're going to have to wait for Season 2. Season 2 of House of the Dragon takes its time, introducing important characters ahead of the Dance of Dragons and concluding just in time for the much-awaited climax. Initially, Tyland Lannister attempts to persuade the Triarchy to swear loyalty, as well as ships, to Aegon. However, in return, they demand dominion over the Stepstones, a region that has been contested for a very long time. When he finally gives in, they make clear one more demand. If the fleet commander of the Triarchy doesn't fight alongside him, the sailors won't submit to an outside authority. Commander Sharako Lohar, Abigail Thorn, arrives, assesses Tyland, mispronounces him Tywin, deems him too weak, and declines to set sail. That's so much for it. When Aemond Targaryen sees Rhaenyra's new dragon riders, he flees Dragonstone and unleashes his wrath on the nearby Sharp Point, setting the city and its defenseless citizens on fire. Aegon, his brother, is still recovering in bed when Lord Larys interrupts to make a pressing request. They had to leave King's Landing immediately or Aemond will kill Aegon. Fortunately, they can live there in the interim as Larys has already moved his gold to the Iron Bank in Bravos. Does this qualify as an offshore account? Although Aegon dislikes the thought of running and is more concerned with a particular part of his body failing, he is ultimately persuaded by the prospect of glory. When the moment is right, Larys continues, they can travel back to King's Landing, and Aegon will be an absolute hero. By the way, Rhaenyra is still in the Vale searching for that wild dragon. The new dragon riders continue to make Prince Jacaerys feel uneasy, if not threatened. His unexpected meeting with Ulf, whose feet are propped up on the painted table, doesn't make matters any better. The young prince is informed by Ulf, Silverwing's new rider, that they are cut from the same cloth, that is, both bastards who ride dragons. But Jace is adamant that they are not the same. Later on, Baela reassures him that Jace is more than only his status and dragons. Therefore, he shouldn't be concerned about the new recruits. He now had to disprove those who doubted him. In honor of his late wife Rhaenys, Corlys renamed his ship, previously known as Sea Snake, to the Queen Who Never Was. Rather than responding, "Ah yes, he is my son," when Rhaenyra questions him about her dragon rider Adam of Hull, Corlys merely says that Adam was one of his shipwrights and he had little to do with him, regrettably. Now that Rhaenyra has her 6th dragon unit assembled, he tells her to launch an attack on the Green forces. He also hinted at the possibility of another player who is still unknown. Who might that be? Recall Ser Alfred Broom, the sexist member of Rhaenyra's council? At her suggestion, he travels to Harrenhal to see how Daemon is doing. However, Broom pushes him to ascend to the throne himself during their private meeting with the king consort. He declares, hardly hiding his misogyny, "What we need in this moment is a king." Daemon grinned. In the shadows, Ser Simon Strong is keeping watch. After her retreat, Alicent Hightower is back in King's Landing. Helena, her daughter, claims that she was content before becoming queen. Alicent suggests that they go out of town. Alicent objects when Aemond arrives and tells Helena to ride her dragon Dreamfire into combat before she can indicate where they would go. She is determined to prevent Aemond's ambition for power from corrupting her naive daughter. She locates Grand Maester Orwyle and requests assistance in obtaining covert passage.